the Trick or Defeat banner has been announced. Let's go ahead and preview it and figure out what we want to do with these heroes. Greetings and salutations, my name is Deltran, helping you build killing machines so that you can dominate in PvP and special hero maps. If you want help earning all the orbs, feathers, sacred coins, and heroes the game throws at you every week, consider subscribing. So first up is Sakura. I didn't expect Sakura. I didn't expect her to be a kitty with a kitty paddle. Yeah. Anyway, it's interesting to see that she has a full kit. It makes me wonder if she's going to get that Brave Hero bonus that other full kit users have been getting. The skills kitty paddle it's interesting. It has an 8 might. She's a dagger user. 8 might instead of anything higher, which is a little troubling, but it's effective against magic users. The other weird thing, though, about this is that the customary defense drop only happens against the magicers. So I don't know what I think about this, to be quite honest with you. It seems very, very limited and restricted, a little overly so, and when it comes down to it, you know what, debuffing the resistance of a magic user is important sometimes, but for the most part, I don't think that this has that great of a place. Again, now the Tempest Trials always have a mage standing there at the end, preventing you from just walking away with things, and they're always super buffed. So, I mean, is this just like a super niche item here, maybe? I'm not too sure. I'm not really sold on it, but Warding Stance is interesting to see. It's the resistance variant of Defensive Stance, or Steady Stance, rather, that we've been seeing, and Dagger Valor. Hey, I always like to see a Valor skill, so that's exciting for me in and of itself. Next up, we have Jacob trying to do his best as a Frankenstein's monster here. Monstrous Bow. Yeah, you know what? I was just talking to somebody in comments about Veronica and her tome, and she was like, oh, I want to be able to mess up everybody's buffs all around me. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, that's never gonna happen. That's too powerful. I was wrong. There it is. And it's pretty, it's nice. It's still a bow. It's effective against flyers. It has Ignis, so it's assuming that he is a high defensive kind of archer, sort of like Gordon or Leon. Don't know if he's gonna be Brave Bow material, but honestly, between that and the Bracing Blow, the new A slot there that gets you +4 during combat to both defense and resistance, that's nice. And Wary Fighter means that you're not going to get doubled. It sort of implies that we have a speed that's in the dumpster. So honestly, his kit works. You don't need to go mucking around with him. I like that kit out the gate. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does pan out, and if that bow really does help. It's definitely a heck of a lot more useful than Legion's axe. Sorry, Legion. Then we got Henry. Oh, I'm so happy Henry's a vampire. And it's, you know what? Hold on one second. If you don't realize this, you're probably reading ahead, but that's okay. Spectral Tome is a tome variant of exactly what we were talking about. Flipping buffs around within 2 spaces, that's great. Reprisal, that's fine. Live for Honor, hey, good to see that making a comeback. That's pretty cool, I like that. Armor March? Armor March? Is this our first mage armored unit? Wow, that's awesome! Awesome! I'm super excited for this. Armor March, of course, by itself is a good skill to have in a armored unit, so that is wonderful. Live for Honor, you know, the combat potential, but hey, I was sad that I missed it, so now this is my second chance to get it. And Spectral Tome is a good tome. It's being Might 12, you're not like the main attacking unit in a group if you have Spectral Tome on you, but whenever you're facing down all of these horsies, I mean, I don't know how many times I've had issues killing a frickin' Cecilia in arena because she's got buffed. I mean, she's not good otherwise, so, you know, it's very upsetting to me. So this fixes that problem, and it'll also fix a lot of other shenanigans that go on that are out there. So hey, this and that bow that we just saw, wonderful weapons in their own right, but remember, they're more supportive, not mainline aggressive kind of stuff. Last, and certainly not least, just shortest, is Naui as a witch. We all knew there was going to be a witch somewhere, and a lot of people assumed that it was going to be a younger hero because of the shortness that was sort of present in that particular silhouette on the preview. Grimoire. This is nice, completely new teleportation ability here. If the unit's above 50%, opposite of Wings of Mercy, if they're above, or Escape Route rather, if they're above 50%, they can move to an adjacent space of an ally within 2 spaces. It's very short range. Live for Bounty, of course, is the B slot here. Good to see that that's making a return, but that also does mean you could put Escape Route into there as a nice, easy substitution, and whenever you're lower on hit points, you have a much wider field to move around to. Not like you need that. Let's take a look at that C slot, take a look at that picture. We don't have a Pegasus or a Dragon, or Wyvern, if you will, because they don't have 4 legs, so they're a Wyvern. But yeah, we're a flying unit. There it is. We fly, and we have home flyers in addition to that. The bond skill, let's take a look at this real quick in the A slot. That's very interesting. It is a buff that you get as long as you're adjacent to an ally. I really like that. I mean, having the guidance variant in... not guidance, but the flyer formation variant in Grimoire is pretty neat, but I like the bounce skill. I really do, because it creates it's a nice buff. That's a wonderful buff, and that is substantial enough to pay attention to. You just need to be able to be next to somebody, and sometimes that's not what you want to do, especially with this flying unit. I mean, honestly, I'm looking at all these good skills here, and I'm like, oh, it's a shame that you're just going to trash the ball and give her a blade tome in that setup, but, you know, regardless... This is our red flying unit that wields a book, so I started to already give my opinion on these guys as we were going through, but let's go back through them one more time real quick. Sakura, once again, I'm not impressed. I am interested to see what her stats are like, because theoretically she's going to have that stat bump because she has an entire kit. She does have a couple of interesting skills to see, but there's nothing here that makes me go, yeah, I'm going to pull colorless for this. Although then we take a look at Jacob here, and it is interesting to see that monster's bow. It's inheritable. If you get Jacob and you're like, nope, that's garbage, and you could just pass off the bow. It's not a high attack bow. It's not. Well, it's a good might for a bow. Let me rescind that a little bit. It's a good attack for a bow, and whenever we use it, it looks pretty good for other things as well. But yeah, if you do pull him, you can just pass him off to somebody else, which is nice. Wary Fighter, Bracing Blow, Ignis. Honestly, this kit looks like it's really good. I don't know what his stats are, but looking at this, I could tell low speed, high defense. I think it's a great kit, honestly, right out the bat. And you could just field him as is long as you use him as support. Speaking of support, this is amazing. Henry, an armored mage, finally. I know I was clamoring for Arvis to be that. I know everybody was clamoring for Arvis to be that, and he wasn't. While that makes sense, I was super disappointed. So whenever I finally looked at Armor March being on this unit, I was like, yeah! You know, it was early in the morning, so I woke up everybody in the house, and I got in trouble, and, you know, that happens. Regardless, taking a look at his skills here, Live for Honor is a really nice one to have again for Sacred Seals, and Armor March is a great skill. So even if you're not really sold on him being a mage that is armored, he has some good skills. He's definitely worth pulling for, so definitely pull for green in this banner. Another must-pull color is red. Naui, Flying Book Wielder. Wonderful. The default kit's nice, and I do wonder if she's going to get that Brave Hero bonus. I hope so, just because at this point I would like to see a pattern from Intelligent Systems, but good to see a return of some skills. Good to see that they're giving out a skill that is very, very much desired for a flying team. I would like to point out that they just had a banner that featured Hinoka, and I thought Intelligent Systems was just being nice. No, maybe they weren't. But anyway, good skill set. Like I said, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, oh, well, hey, those are cool. Too bad everyone's going to put a blade tome on her. I mean, there might not be a reason why not. That's terrible. Let me rephrase that. It's very likely that's the best setup for her. Which is fine. I have no... Which is fine? Oh, jeez. Anyway, I didn't mean that. Regardless, that is fine, because that makes her nice and simple to use, but I like this default kit. It looks like a lot of fun. So those are the heroes. Of course, it comes with a paralogue chapter. I really, really dig the artwork on these guys. I like the attack animations as well. All the ghosts that Henry have is really cool. The lightning bolts from Jacob are pretty cool. The bats and the magical spike on Naui's attack is a little meh. And all those kitty paw prints whenever you use Sakura's kitty paddle. Kitty paddle? Really? I'm sorry. Not letting it go too much. But before I saw this trailer drop, I was sitting there telling myself that I was getting sick of all these limited time banners that were coming out, because there's just so many units, and I know I just talked about that this not being a bad thing because it lets intelligent systems iterate over designs, it lets them put something out for limited release, find out how damaging something is to the game, and if it's really good then they'll just introduce it later, which sounds cool. But prior to seeing the trailer, I was really just sitting here with a bunch of fatigue with all these limited units, wondering if I was even going to pull on the Halloween banner. I was like, oh, I know they're limited units, but maybe I'll pass on that. No, I'm pulling. I'm pulling every frickin' green and red orb I can get, and I'll probably pull colorless until I get one of his guys at least. So yes, this is wonderful. The banner lasts from 10:30 to 11:27. Side note, that's my birthday, so yeah, remember that. You have a nice, easy way to remember that. Anyway, these heroes do look really good. I'm pretty excited for them. Good art, good skills overall, some interesting interactions, and some room to grow and to build these guys. So, I don't know. I think it has everything that you need out of a set of banners like this. So, hey, do me a favor. If you like having reviews of these guys, whenever they come out, please hit that like button to let me know. If you like your Fire Emblem information hot and fresh like Grandma's cookies, hit that subscribe button. My name is Deltran. Thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate all of you. And until next time.